We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the American Airlines Center. We're in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks. All live on 2K Sports. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. You look at the Rockets.
I would expect for both sides to come out fast and full of emotion, just the nature of this rivalry.
And part of it is they know each other so well. The team that executes best is likely going to come away with the W.
Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession. Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
Banchero, that's good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other. Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
And it's Ayton missing.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Outside, Green. And it's Green with the jam.
And once Green gets the ball there, not much you can do defensively.
Inside, here's Ayton. Oh, offensive interference.
Offensive interference. No basket.
And here are the Rockets. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end. It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star, Greg, in 2024. Paolo Banchero.
And, Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Dallas. They trail by one. Pass to Ayton. Misses the layup.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Back to Eason. A three-pointer, no good. Here's Dallas. And there's the drive. And the slam dunk by Dillingham.
And you think Murray all about scoring, but Murray is about what helps his team win.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. Magic Superstar says it's like anything in life. It's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin. Just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. EA thanks. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. 12 points from Amen Thompson. Pass to Murray. We've got 1:13 left here in the opening quarter. Banchero with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Hayton. That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one. The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Rockets.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Here's Dillingham. Murray, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Şengün drives in. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Murray. No scoring in this one. And it's Banchero missing. Thompson for the triple. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Now here's Van Vliet. And the layup is good. Van Vliet's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Houston. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult. Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And here is Murray. He has yet to score. On the wing, Murray. It's tipped. It's taken away by Smith. No one near Shepard as he lets it go. Pass to Whitmore. No good with the triple. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Mavericks. It's a 10-point game. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Johnson. And he gets the bucket. Johnson's got his first bucket of the night. Here's Van Vliet. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Smith on the wing. Screen by Adams. Fires it up. Smith, no luck.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Pass to Lively. Back to Johnson. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Lively. And finished off by Lively.
Oh, my goodness. Not only a vertical threat, but a big-time finisher, Derek Lively.
To the wing right side. Adams with it. George picks him up. Here's Shepard. Buries the long-range jumper. Shepard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Shannon. Dallas moving the ball around. Pass to Carter. It's hauled in by Adams.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
George with the steal. Three minutes of action so far in the second quarter. It's stolen by Adams. Here's Shepard. And another three for Houston.
This is what had scouts eyeing Shepard early on, his ability to shoot with range.
Great Kentucky native Reed Shepard followed in his dad's footsteps. In-state local for his college year.
How cool was that? His dad winning 2 national championships for the Bluegrass State, was named the MVP of the '98 college tournament, and he even had a brief stint in the NBA. Reed, the 3rd overall pick of the 2024 draft, blazing his own trail.
Sinks the triple.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA is looking for greater parity, but Golden State's Draymond Green said, quite frankly, with this new CBA, dynasties are over. We're the last dynasty you'll be able to speak of because of the way this salary cap is set up. I guess we'll see. Kevin?
I hope he's not right, but he may be onto something, David. Thank you. Pass to Lively. Here's Shannon. Six on the shot clock. Outside, George. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Puts up a deep three. Lively's shot is off.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And stolen by Whitmore. Now Shepard. He has 6. Smith's shot is good.
Assisted by.
And that's a nice shot from mid-range there. Smith must continue to knock it down at that level.
Here's Shannon. No good, unable to end this run. And so it's Houston out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
4 on the clock. Here's Adams. It's rebounded by Dallas. George with the ball. Still without a basket. Down low. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
This is the kind of damage DeAndre Ayton can do if he gets the right positioning. Nicely done.
Here's Van Vliet. Over George. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Mavericks trailed by 15. Outside, George. To the middle. Here's Banchero. And the jumper from down low is good. Banchero's got 5 now.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And that one's good, Whitmore.
And when he gets downhill, Whitmore is a force.
Out left of the wing. In the corner, Lively with it. Back to Ayton. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
Took him no time at all on that one. He's got 10.
At 6'10", Smith with incredible range, and that's why some have compared him to Rashard Lewis.
Here's Van Vliet. Missed inside. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. They trail by 16. Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
Smith outside. Off target with his three. So it's the Mavericks now. To the inside. Here's Ayton. And he goes big with the dunk right over Jabari Smith.
Well, incredible finesse. DeAndre Ayton gets loose and does some work.
Smith for three. The shot misses.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Lively. Rebound by Smith. Rockets leading by 14. Adams outside. Smith on the wing. There's the three. Smith missing again. And the Mavericks with possession here. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. And when we talk about players with great upside, Doris, Derek Lively is one of the first to come up.
That's no question about that. This young man has great length and athleticism. He's adding strength every single day. Eventually, he's going to have some go-to moves offensively. But right now, rim runner, rim protector of the highest standard, and plays beyond his years.
To the paint. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Always a threat to score. Banchero, that time with a sweet find.
Smith left side. Screen by Adams. Smith wide open. He fires. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Down low. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, you can see, guys, how much confidence DeAndre Ayton plays the game with. This is especially so on the offensive end.
And the call will be on Keontae George.
First team foul.
That's his first foul.
Substitution on the court.
Thompson surveying the floor. Inside. Here's Şengün. The Rockets with another miss. To the inside. Stolen by Brooks. From deep, Green. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Houston, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14.
45.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Mavericks trailed by 14. Now Dillingham. It's tipped. Ayton with it. Picked up by Thompson. And Ayton gets double teamed. Here's Dillingham. And it's off from 3-point range. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Well, the offensive game will round into shape over time, and it's absolutely critical that DeAndre Ayton look to score as much as possible. Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
It's rebounded by Houston. 17 points was their biggest margin. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. To the middle. Add that basket to his impressive total. Brings him to 10 for 14.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Screen by Şengün. Shoots over Johnson. The Rockets with another miss.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. 10-point lead. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And once the G League took it to another level, Green skipped college, became the #2 overall pick in the draft. And that's really changed the landscape.
And the Mavericks making a change here. And, Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And, Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Houston.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
I think one of the things that also strikes me is their activity, forcing turnovers, coming up with steals. It has really shaped the tenor of this game.
Oh, not even thinking about it. When Green is catching and firing like that, you know he's feeling.
Here's Ayton. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Şengün with the ball. Now guarded by Ayton. Screen by Şengün. Here's Thompson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
And he can't hit the second. Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game. And this one has been all about Amen Thompson, a freakish athlete. When he gets rolling, there's just not much a defender can do.
Pass to Shannon. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Rockets leading by 11. Now, here's Şengün. .139 left here in the fourth quarter. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Let the big fella eat. Şengün just doing his thing down low.
Dillingham with it to the inside. And stolen by Şengün. Here's Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Rockets.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Amen Thompson.
He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
Knocked loose and stolen by Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Now the Rockets with it. They're on a 13-5 run. Up top, Şengün. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block. And listen to the reaction of the fans after that call.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And stolen by Dillingham. And Ayton throws it down. Well, this one is winding down now. Houston can watch the clock run out. Thompson outside. Poke loose. So we see the Rockets taking the win here.